Welcome back, guys, to my English speaking challenge where I practice speaking English every day to improve my English speaking skills. In today's video, I want to talk to you or I want to give you some resources that I use to improve my reading skills. So, without further ado, let's dive into our today's topic. Before we start, I, as I said yesterday, I don't want to give you techniques. I just want to give you resources and a bit of techniques. So let's start. The, there are a lot of resources that you can use to improve your reading skills, and I use I used a lot of them, but let them here. So I'm gonna start with 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 the resources for beginners and toward advanced learners. So let's start. The first thing, and also I want to tell you something before we start. I just wanna give you the resources I used. So I'm telling you or from in experience. I experienced and tried those resources. So let's start with the first one for beginners, and it was a website. It's ESL Fast. It's called ESL Fast. It's that website has a lot of a lot of short English short. Hell no. That website has a lot of English short stories, and there are tons and endless of stories in English. And also, you can play the audio while speaking at the same time. I started with that website because it's really a beginner friendly, and the point of this website, I think, is just to start reading, to start the habit of reading, and also it uh, it helped me like start improving my reading skills, and it doesn't have a lot of interesting things, but it really helped me to start the habit of learning or of reading in English, especially. And it's not that resource you can use to know to learn other things rather than English. No, it's a language based stories or stories that really boring. They are really boring. The point of this video, as I mentioned, is just to start reading and practicing your reading skills. So, moving on to the next resource I use was reading a lot of articles, general articles about like I'm reading articles about learning English while learning English and improving my reading skills at the same time. So this is really helped me a lot. Like for example, I go to before AI, I go to Google or write like how can I improve my English, my writing skills, my speaking skills, or my reading skills, and I read a lot, and I read a lot of articles like this. And the next thing I also remember I used was uh, I changed my phone's language. I switched it from Arabic to English, and I was really active on uh, Quora. It's Quora is an application or a website just like Reddit. So I was reading a lot of stories on Quora about English, about personal development, about anything. And also, I was reading stories about people who are giving advice or sharing information about about things that I'm interested in. So Quora is, I think, Quora and Reddit can help you expose your immerse yourself in the language, and this is can be done by reading things about things that you feel good when doing. Like if you are uh, if you are a computer science student, or yeah, let's take me as an example. I was learning computer science, like programming, and I go to those websites and read articles about how to be a good programmer, and I join communities. There are like publishing. There were publishing articles for how to start coding and those things. It really this technique or th- this method really helped me improve my reading skills a lot. And moving on to more advanced ones, the next thing I started using was reading books like Oxford books, and also there is another resource, and I think it's called Penguin Readers. Yeah, I was using Penguin Readers and also reading Oxford bookworms. I think, yeah, Oxford bookworms. Simply Oxford bookworms and Penguin Readers in simple language. The it's a wi- it's Let's start with Oxford. It's divide Oxford bookworms are divided in 7 levels in English, from beginners to more advanced ones, and it's there are just bookworms that just redesigned and rewritten for English learners. So it's really interesting, I think, to practice your reading skills with this with Oxford bookworms. And this is it's not about just practicing your speaking skills. You practice your speaking skills while learning, like reading interesting stories and things. So it's a multi-dimensional thing that you can benefit from. And the next thing I started using or learning from was I deep dive into reading books. I started reading real and not filtered books in English. And I started by reading like I read books about technical concepts in programming. Like I read uh, books about databases, and also books about there is a like there is a book called data intensive application. In general, I started reading books about computer science. Yeah, I also read a book called C++, and yeah, they are more technical books, like how to. And also, I s- then I started reading books about about money. Yeah, I read Rich Dad and Poor Dad, and then I found myself that I really my reading skills were really good, and after that I continued reading books. Like I read a bunch of books like Secrets of Billionaire Minds, and also I read books uh, other other different fields. But the point is, I started to read books like unfiltered books for native English speakers, and this has really helped me to improve my fluency skills and my overall understanding of the language, which is English. And yeah, after that I immediately started preparing for the IELTS exam. I started reading uh, passages. The IELTS, if you in the IELTS exam, there is a section about reading. I started reading those passages and analyzing them, and this thing really helped me a lot. And also, what really helped me to improve my reading skills was I was reading books, not books, I was reading articles. Yeah, in my IELTS preparation journey, I was reading articles, and reading articles actually helped me a lot to understand like formal, complex writings in English, or yeah, it helped me understand complex and how to say it. I just want to say it, but I forgot it. But it helped me really understand complex like language. Yeah, really complex language, and yeah, this is helped me a lot. And now I read like I'm continuing reading books, and from time to time I read articles. Actually, in my like it's like a second nature now. I can read articles like articles about wars, about politics, about history. Now it's like I don't have a problem reading those articles, from but sometimes there are there are words that I don't know. So this is I take it to my advantage. I learn those new words. So actually, reading isn't that really difficult thing to learn. No, I think it's easier than writing and speaking. And reading just needs to you just need to start with the perfect with easy language, reading short stories, and then gradually start moving on to more advanced language. So it's like a gradual thing that you need to start. Don't start with the reading articles. Of course, you will struggle a lot. And yeah, now I encourage you to start improving your reading skills, and I give you those resources. I'm not gonna write them in the description. If you're interested, you will go and look them up, or yeah, they are available. So thanks for watching, and see you in the next video. I don't know what to talk about in the next video. I think I'm gonna talk about writing or listening. So see you soon.